that you're coming from there. So that's one issue. But like I said, that takes too long. But one thing I really wanted to say is that how about if we start to look at capitalism as a tool, and that the people, it's how people use it that makes it into a negative thing. Because there are some compassionate capitalists out there who make that money and they do what they have to do. They give back, but it all starts with money. Yeah, so if we kind of interject that into this, what would...
You see, you're looking at giving back. People and companies are constantly giving back. People and companies create jobs. Government only takes jobs. Only government takes money via taxes, and politicians who've been corrupted pretend to give the money back to you. So let's say whatever your taxes are, it takes it away from you, and then I come around and give it to the next person, and I look like the guy who gave you this money through government. Meanwhile, I'm just stealing your money for the purpose of giving it to someone else.
Well, that goes back to my whole point of it being a tool, and the people that use that tool are the ones that you're...
Corruption, socialism is corruption.
And I agree with you that the marketplace started way before Rome. But at the same time, I was just trying to get a historical presence to move forward into the idea itself of taking a product at a cheap price and selling it for a profit as capitalism, or mercantilism at the time. But even further back, it did exist. I totally agree. But again, when you're thinking of capitalism as a tool, capitalism is definitely a tool, without a doubt. And I think it is a good tool in many ways. But the problem that I have with capitalism in America is that it's a tool that started being used way too late. Because all men created equal didn't start till 1965. And because all men created equal didn't start till 1965, when capitalism allows those who were created more equal to benefit from those who were created less equal, then you have a problem where the less equal can never catch the more equal.
I have another question. I'm sorry, I don't mean to monopolize this conversation. All right, can we move it? Oh, sorry.
Do it. I like what you're saying.
If you, I don't know if you ever speak, is anyone here from France or been to France? If you ever speak to someone from France who comes from here, one of the things that they say, we're talking about equality.
Right.
I sometimes think that equality is an illusion because there's nothing in nature that's really equal. Okay, I'm just going to throw that out there. There's nothing in nature that's really equal. So if we look at it from France would be like socialist, right?
Yes.
So if everyone is working, right, and all that money is going into everything is going into one pot and everyone is getting their equal share. So if one person is working more than that one person, you see
it doesn't matter. They both can go to the same doctor and get the same treatment.
But is that equal though?
Yes, that is equal because they both go to the same doctor and get the same treatment for the same price, which is nothing.
More than the other.
You have a point there, but he's talking about this, people going to the same doctor and being treated equally. That is not the case. The problem is the only people that are treated equally in those situations in socialism are the people waiting online to die before they're treated. Because rationing of resources, people who are broke cannot pay taxes. Only people who work and create income pay taxes.
That is the biggest myth in America. Every human being in this country pays taxes. No. When you go to the store and buy a Snickers bar, you pay taxes.
That is a sales
Every
tax.
time, it doesn't matter. Tax is tax.
No,
it goes to the state. It goes to the state. It goes to the federal government. Everybody pays taxes.
Why do you go to the store with food stamps, man?
Government employees do not pay taxes.
I am a government employee. I pay taxes.
You do not pay taxes. How can you pay taxes? Wow. How can you pay taxes when the money you received was from taxes. You did not produce a product. You did not produce a service that pays money. You only are a leech on the rest of us because the money you've made has been taxed by others, by the regular people.
Okay. All right. Let's go to a question.
Sure.
I just wanted to address, I love my socialist brother right here. He says the United States was founded on socialism, and it took him a while to invent capitalism and do it right until 1965. Well, I wonder what they were doing before 1965. I think they were capitalizing on my black flesh. You feel me? So the idea that they just became suddenly socialist or capitalist. You said they were capitalists in 1965, right?
Yeah.
That's why they became capitalists. That's just crazy. America was founded on exploitation.
Well, no, I didn't say that capitalism began in 1965. I said the idea of equal began in 1965.
Okay, how did it begin in 65 equal? Where did
because you passed the Civil Rights Act,
Who passed the Civil Rights Act?
The government.
Who in the government passed it?
We are the government. The people of the United States of America are the government of this country.
Unfortunately, because of the propaganda of the decades, the Democrat Party and the liberals fought against civil rights. It was only the Republican president, Nixon, who allowed it to happen.
I'm going to throw up. Are you kidding me?
Who was the president at the time?
Lyndon Johnson. Lyndon Johnson.
Thank you. Lyndon Baines Johnson was the president in 1964.
Okay, who was the majority? I meant the majority of the Congress was passed.
It was a Democratic Congress and a Democratic president.
Only the Republicans were the ones who worked it through.
I got you. Okay, we got.
You guys are real good now. I like, we got the so-called socialists over here. He's really capitalist. And then we got the obviously capitalist. At least one brother is being honest.
It's not about capitalism. It's about freedom. Freedom is capitalism.
I like what you're saying. Your freedom. Okay? Now in 1776 or whenever they wrote that Constitution, both of you guys don't look white to me. Were either of you included in this so-called we, the people? That's what I'd like to know while you're trying to hug America and claim America so much. Did America even think about you? Which I know they did because they regulated slavery in the Constitution, so they thought about you at least. I know they thought about you. Did America have your best interest at heart when they decided that your great-grandparents, that your children, your children's children should be enslaved, which they still are today. So don't think that 1965 brought about an end to black servitude in America.
I never said that. You never heard me say that.
I just want to talk about the capitalism and how the capitalists continue to capitalize off my children's flesh. You see what I mean? America is fiercely capitalist, and then it's also socialist. America is just a confused state that is going to drown in its own mistakes.
So can I ask you a question?
Thank you.
Where in the world would you like to reside that the issues of slavery do not exist?
I would like to reside, my brother, in, let me think of a beautiful place. Let me think of somewhere now. No, I'll tell you somewhere better than
It's got to be on the planet Earth, though.
I'll tell you a country better than this one. A country better than this one is
Which
Cuba.
one?
Cuba is better than the United States. They just have less military power. And if they had the guns to back themselves up, then you guys would have a problem.
In Cuba, they're still driving 1956 Chevys.
That's because you guys have this big old embargo against them.
Okay, then I don't consider that better than me. Because I'm not driving a 56 Chevy.
That's all right. You got
So if Cuba,
so right there, I love capitalism.
so if Cuba was so, if Cuba is such the, if Cuba
Yes, sir.
is such a place, then why do people try to escape?
Amen.
Because people are tired of being shot, people are tired of being starved to death, people are tired of the embargo.
And if they're so tired, why do you want to go there?
Then why you want to go there? You want to starve
and
you want to starve and be shot? Which one do you want first?
Cuba takes better. Well, I'm a black person. I have a greater chance.
You would be the first person shot before you would starve.
Because you're not Cuban.
My children, my brother, have a better chance of
Your
surviving
children have
in Cuba.
no chance in
They
Cuba.
have a better chance of surviving in Cuba than in the United States.
I disagree. I love my country. I think this is the greatest country on this earth. And while while the Constitution